Hey guys, how's it going? This is Benny Childs, founder of the Teach Me to Fish Effects trading community, back with another inspirational video. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about understanding trends with supply and demand trading. Before we get into it, I want to remind you guys that I am not a licensed financial professional. My videos are just for educational purposes only, based solely on my opinion. All right, guys. Now, with that being said, when we talk about trends, when we're trading supply and demand, there are two rules. Okay, and right here on the screen, an uptrend is simply the respecting of demand zones and the removal of supply zones. Okay, and the downtrend is the respecting of supply zones along with the removal of demand zones. Okay, all right, let's go ahead. I have this chart right here. Okay, pound yen. Okay, on the 4 hour. All right. Now here we see that the market is in an uptrend here. All right, and you can see where I have drawn in these demand zones. Okay, remember, an uptrend is the respecting of demand zones while removing supply zones. Okay, so we can see demand formed here. Okay, and I will come in and put a supply here. Okay. All right. Demand formed, a supply formed, another demand formed, a supply has been breached right here. Okay. So that supply zone has not been respected. Because if that supply zone was respected, then there would not be a breach. All right. Now it does kind of look like there was a respecting of the supply zone because price did what? It came down. But as you can see, it was breached again, came down to and formed a demand. Okay. And then it was broken. All right. So this is the removal of this supply zone. And then it comes down to what? It comes down to respect. I drew this in wrong, but it came down to respect this demand zone. Should have been drawn in right here. Okay. It respected this demand zone and it shot up. Okay. So that supply was removed. So that's our confirmation that we are in fact on an uptrend. All right, let's do this again. Okay, let's draw in supply right here. Okay. All right, we can take this one out because that was removed, but supply was formed here. It came down, respected this demand zone. It came up, and what happened again, guys? We got a breach of this supply zone right here. Okay, price came down, formed a demand zone, came back up, tested the demand zone, went back up, breached the supply again right here. All right, respected this demand zone. Remember, uptrends respect demand zones. All right, this demand zone has not been breached. Okay, and did what? Finally took out this supply zone right here. Okay, one more example. All right, took out that supply. All right, now we have another demand. Okay, if we come here, supply was created, bounced down, demand was created. This supply was breached and broken. Okay. And what do we have right here? Come right here. We can see that this small demand was formed and it was respected. Remember, uptrends is the respecting of demand zones while we're removing supply zones. And that's that's basically what's taking place here. Okay. So now we have another demand zone, another supply zone that was created. Price came down and it respected this demand zone, breached this supply zone. Okay. Came down and it broke it. All right. So that is the uptrend. Okay. Now let's take a look at the downtrend. Let's go ahead and slide over here to where we started the downtrend. Okay. Now this is where we get confirmation that the market is turning. All right. Downtrend, remember, is the respecting of supply zones while removing demand zones. So let's go in here and mark up some demand zones. Okay. Demand is created here. Okay. Price came in, respected this demand zone, pushed out, came in, respected the demand zone again, dropped down, came back up, created this, excuse me, not demand, but supply. Supply zone was created and it's being respected, dropped down, created a supply. Okay. Now let's start drawing in our demand, because when the market disrespects or removes the demand zones, we are pretty much officially in a downtrend. So this demand was created, it bounced up, the demand was breached and broken right here. All right, came back up. Okay, finally broke this demand zone. All right, so now that that demand zone has been broken, it's really null and void. Okay, but again, we had a supply zone created right here. Okay, that supply zone was respected. All right, so that gives us an idea that we are now getting ready to go into a what? A downtrend. All right, now we've had the removal of this demand right here. Let's draw that out. So this had been removed right here because what, it was breached. All right, so that demand zone is null and void. So let's come here. Let's get rid of it. All right, supply zone right here. Okay, now we do have another demand zone right here, right? Came down, it was breached. Okay, came back up. And we have our supply zone right here. Okay, so this is null and void. Price comes down and doesn't even get back to the supply zone. Okay, but it does create this supply zone. Remember, a downtrend is the respecting of supply zones while removing demand zones. Okay, we have a demand zone right here. Okay, that demand zone was broken, came back up. We got a respecting of this supply zone right here. Okay, came down and tested this newly formed demand right here. Okay, it respected, but again, it respected this supply. And then what happened? This demand was then broken. All right. So it was removed. We have the respecting of demand, excuse me, respecting of supply. All right, that lets us know that we are currently in a what? We are currently in a downtrend for the GBP JPY according to the FXCM chart. Okay, so now what do you want to do? Wait for this demand to be broken and possibly retest it and take this down to another zone to take profit. So guys, that is how we understand our trends, our market trends, when we're trading the supply and demand trading strategy. All right, guys, I hope this has helped you. If you're interested, please feel free to join the mentorship program, where I go in even more detail on how exactly to trade supply and demand. You also will get access to my pro trader zones, where I am tracking 132 different instruments. Okay. And also on Sundays, we do a live Zoom trading session at 5 p.m. where we go over our strategy. We go through the charts that we're watching, and I answer any questions that you have. And I also give you chart analysis as well as trade ideas for the upcoming week, as well as throughout the week. I will send out, I don't like to call them signals, but I like to send out trade ideas for you guys to to take a look at, do your own analysis, and decide if you want to get into the same trade that I am in. All right, guys, that is it. As always, please remember, if you stay in God, you will stay in control. Until next time, happy pip fishing. Bye-bye.